Taking a stand against domestic violence and physical abuse. That is the goal of my next guest, among many other things. Author Milan wrote a memoir called Back to the Basics, and she's also part of a conference on taking a stand against domestic violence and other forms of violence at San Diego State on Saturday. And she wants to help you and your family refocus your thinking, sort of reshift the way you may be thinking now. Milan Hollister is joining us live this morning. Thank you so much for coming in. We do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate that.
Sort of give me the background on this. What inspired you to sort of take on this challenge?
Well, everybody has a story. My particular story was rooted in a lot of abuse and trauma as a child. And so it's something that's very close to my heart anyway. So when they asked me to come and speak, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to share some insight about what I actually think violence is about. Because we always talk about violence in the physical sense, but the violence that really we don't talk about as much is violence with words, actions, and gestures. And so that's actually what I'm going to be talking about at this particular conference, because it's the unspoken violence. And for me, words are very, very damaging. They're very powerful.
Words are something that you never heal from.
Yes.
Whereas maybe a physical wound, in some senses, it will heal. You don't see it anymore, although the damage is done on the inside. What is it that you'd like to get across on Saturday? What is the message for folks that will be attending this conference?
My message in general is stop the mind and move from the heart, because it's within the space of silence that you find your purpose, and it's where you find love. And when we stop the mind, we take more time, we're more careful with our words, we're more careful with our actions. There's an alignment, we call it watch. Watch your words, watch your actions, watch your thoughts, watch your character, watch your heart.
Who are you speaking to in all of this, as far as on a global scale? Men in particular, men and women, children? Who would you like this message to be received by?
It's for everybody, especially, it's for everybody, but my thing is to start with the children, because if the kids really understand core values, love, truth, peace, right conduct, and nonviolence, if they get that message early and it's really integrated into their lives and they understand the essence of love being the gateway to all other values, then we eradicate a lot of senseless violence with words, bullying, and all the problems that are kind of plaguing us right now.
Right, and essentially sending our society into a downward spiral. I love your approach on this, because as you mentioned, you really want the kids to get this message, and you've done that through a couple of children's books that you've authored. You've also authored a book called Back to the Basics. It's your story. It's also your message at the same time. But the books are here. Can folks pick these up on Amazon, or where can they find your books? They can.
This is an entire series. It's called The Adventures of Meg, and each book focuses on one or two of the core values: love, truth, peace, right conduct, and nonviolence. So, and there's questions at the end. There's a section for the parents that they can go ahead and learn a little bit more about how to incorporate the value into their homes. And there's also another series called Leah and the Magic Backpack. All of my books teach children about human values. They're all for young children. They're a great way, if you're having some issues, to kind of sit down and have a discussion about what it means to tell the truth, what it means to make good choices, things of that nature.
Well, I love the message that you're trying to get across, and if you'd like to meet Milan, go out to San Diego State. Again, this is happening this weekend at the Goodall Alumni Center. BreakTheSilenceDV.org is the website. It's the Diversity Takes Action Conference. It's this Saturday. You're one of how many speakers taking part in this?
I believe there's around 50 different speakers.
50 different speakers.
Yeah.
This is going to be an event that you certainly don't want to miss. Your books are fantastic as well. Thanks for not only writing something for the parents, for adults, but also something to really start instilling those core values in our children as well.
Thank you.
Milan Hollister, thanks for your time this morning. We do appreciate it. MilanHollister.com is her website in case you'd like to learn more about her. Up next, the celebrations don't end when Halloween is over. From the food to the cars, a look at the traditions of Dia de los Muertos and the special events happening in town.